Hello and welcome to another episode from the Real Talk and Revenue podcast. We have myself, Francesca, the accountant, and we have Jordan, the therapist, and we bring real powerful conversations around building revenue, building confidence, how the mindset works, all different discussions around to help others in business and in their personal life. So listen in, tune in, let us know what you think, ask questions along the way and we'll be sure to answer them. Enjoy. Friends, who are your friends? Who are you?
Hello, is anyone out there?
Is anyone out there? Who are you? Hands up if you're our friend. Friends are funny, aren't they? Are they funny? I don't know. Do you just have the same friendships from years ago? And don't...
Some people do, don't they? Some people have like this group of friends from school onwards.
And they don't move and don't...
Yeah, fair enough. Like, that's nice, isn't it? It's lovely.
Do you find that the people that have the same group of friends are all doing the same thing? Oh, it's so interesting.
I don't know. Maybe not all the time. Yeah.
You know, if you start a business though...
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard, isn't it?
I think if you're doing anything like...
Out of the norm.
Yeah. Or, yeah. Like, yeah,
Oh,
doing anything out of the norm or just like taking on a challenge of some kind, like it'll always like sift out who your support is, won't it?
Yeah, you know, like I hear so many times from business owners as well that they've had friendships that last ages before they started a business. So they've had a 10-year relationship, friendship, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you start a business, and then you go, oh, they're not really supportive. And with social media, we talked about this last week. You start questioning why they've not liked it, shared it, put it on the story.
Yeah.
I wonder why they don't.
I don't know. Some people, because I think as well, I think I've said about this before, sometimes I'll miss your posts because I'm not on there, and sometimes I'll read it and I'm like, yeah, and I'll just keep scrolling without liking it, but not on purpose. I'm just like, oh,
See, I don't notice that.
And then I'll keep going. And sometimes, sometimes I haven't seen it, or I'll see it like a week later, and in which case I'll still like or comment or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but sometimes I'll genuinely forget, and I look at it and I think, oh, that's so cool, look what they're doing, and then I'm just like continuing on. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. But I don't think I don't purposely like or share people's stuff. Like,
no.
You know, if I genuinely like it, I think, cool. Like, or even if, but again, like, it depends what type of person you are. Like, but back in my early 20s, I'm probably like, I wish I was doing that, or oh, she looks so nice in that. I look like shit or whatever, and then I'd scroll by and not like it. You know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
But now, not
but
at all.
But a celebrity that looks dolled up.
Yeah.
It looks good. People like it and share it and go.
Yeah.
But that's, you know what it is? Well, it must be because everyone's liking it.
And also because they don't know
safe.
me personally. Like, who was I speaking? I think it was George's mum actually. We were talking about social media and how, like, if you know someone personally and they've got a presence online, there's always like, you feel like you've got a right to judge them a bit more, like, oh, they're not like that. Whereas if you've just seen someone online, like influencers, you've got no comparison, so you just take them as they are online.
Yeah.
What they're posting, showing up. You didn't go to school with them, they don't live round the corner for you to be like...
Oh, I remember you being quiet at school.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So we were on about that.
So I saw an old school friend in the gym, I can't remember, years ago.
Yeah.
And they definitely made a comment about how I wasn't like that at school, or oh, you was really shy at school, or something like that. I was not shy. But then you have your own perception, but I was definitely the cheeky one.
Yeah, and it depends like who they were, like if they weren't in your friendship group, whatever.
Kind of was, so that's why I was a bit like...
That's interesting then,
really
isn't it?
interesting.
They have decided that's their perception of you.
Yeah.
But also, you know, people do that, like, well, you never like that. It's like, no, I wasn't, but actually I'm in a different era of my life. Like,
imagine
not
I still
school
like
anymore.
Imagine I still like myself at school.
Imagine if we still had the same attitudes when we were at school, when we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to grow and develop as a person.
I remember.
I think that's the thing, is it? Oh, you post about this, like, you'll change. It's like, obviously. Like
Yeah, but I've changed a lot.
Yeah.
In comparison to some that don't show anything or.
Yeah, but I think like it just shows a sign of somebody that's like moving through the seasons of life as well in a way. Like whether it's big change, small change, just like, you know, what you like to do, who you hang about with, like. Well, that it's normal. Like you don't have to be the exact same person. Like you say, some people might be, but I think there's so much more. Might be like offending a bit, but there's so much more like depth and value. I think in like relationships and friendships when people can like openly talk about, you know, like, oh, I had one opinion. Like for example, when I was in my early 20s and I first got a house and stuff. I was like obsessed with cleaning, like I love being at home. I'd like prioritise buying something for the house over like going out for a meal. And I would think like anything else was like alien, whereas now I'm like, that's so bizarre, why did you think like that?
Well,
I was also a very anxious person.
You wouldn't go out for a meal, or you would?
I would go out for it, don't get me wrong, but like I much prefer to spend my money on things.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Rather than services or food out, you can make that
or like
food.
an experience.
Yeah, I was the same.
Now is completely the opposite.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And I'm like, oh, I can't believe that. Do you know what I mean? But again, it's just like values shift and change.
Yeah.
You have life experiences that maybe like shuffle around your priorities and make you value different things.
So what about the people listening, right, that want to do their own business or want to do a run or change themselves or they're annoyed by a friend but don't dare do anything about it? What would you say to do?
So one of the biggest piece of advice that I regurgitate all the time, and luckily for me, I've kind of like always just operated like this naturally and shifted and changed to suit myself. Fearful still, probably, of like losing friendships and not being liked. But I've kept like a core group of friends for a very long time. As in like one from primary school, one then from secondary school, one from uni, one from, do you know what I mean? And just like carried all of them forward. And had like, you know, more contact or less depending on the season of life sort of thing. So I feel like supported by my friends like most of the time, I would say.
Yeah, that's good.
But what I say to people that are like worried about, oh, you know, what if people get offended, or you know, they don't want to be a friend anymore or whatever because they want to do something that's going to improve their own health and well-being, or like, do you know what I mean? Is like, I just say to people like, it's a really good filtering system. Because if they're not going to support you, or they're going to be negative about something, whether that's in business or whether it's because you're saying like, oh, I'm not going to be able to come out every weekend anymore because I'm saving for
I've done that.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is, if they're going to like criticise and be negative or make you feel bad or guilty just for, you know, doing something for yourself, so one, it's a very good filtering system to filter out the people that like aren't true friends and aren't going to support you and be there for you, like, because actually, do you want those people around? No. And the other way that I frame it is like, which is a bit more horrible way, but it's like the trash taking itself out, which is really horrible.
Oh, I like that.
But do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'll say it is, and that's what I'll say to clients, like, well, you know, it's a really good opportunity then to think about like, okay, who are my closest friends? We support one another. The relationship is like mutually valued and respected. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
You don't want to keep people around that are just superficially there, but like as soon as then you want to prioritise your own needs, they're offended, and it relies on you always putting them first or doing things the way they like to do things and that sort of a thing. So
it's
that's what I would say, is that you do have to kind of like take that risk and like not be scared to lose friends, because they'll support. Even if I've got friends that sometimes will make fun of me.
Yeah, and I have.
But they're still supportive, and do you know what I mean? They're not like being like, oh, they're just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, because
but then they'll share it or
I'll do it to you.
Yeah, that's it, and vice versa.
It's not a problem that. It's the understanding's the problem there. If you don't
Yeah.
understand why they're doing that, I do it to Steve. But it's interesting because I used to go networking at the business club, for years and years, like 7 years, maybe a bit longer. Religiously, I probably had, even when my son was poorly, I probably had 2 times off then because I was so committed.
Yeah.
But what I think is a shame, and I was sharing this, I don't think it's the right thing, but for me it feels the right thing. If you're staying in the same circles, it's harder to then grow and develop and create new circles.
Yeah.
And then if you're around certain people, I feel like sometimes the local people will stop supporting you, which is the truth, if you then attempt to up your game.
Yeah.
And if people don't like you doing well, people don't like, the more successful you go, they go quiet.
I know people start to feel like threatened.
She's too good for us now.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
It's not.
You could actually help support.
Yeah, it's like you're only allowed to be so successful. Like you can be as successful as somebody else, but no more.
Yes.
Because then they feel inferior or threatened. Or
what's she up to?
It's all internal stuff. It's all insecurity. Whatever it might be.
I just think, right, would I want to be as a business owner? So for networking, I do believe in networking. I don't like that term. But I also think the world's changed so much that there's a new way to do it now.
Yeah.
And anybody that's going to the same event for years upon years upon years, I think, what the hell are you doing? I genuinely think, God, you've not grown or developed.
Yeah.
I do believe in the power of doing things for a time and then moving on to something
different.
New. I really do. Someone said to me, I've been going to the same networking for how many years? But if you're creating more success, do you stay in the same place? Unless you develop to be chair or you're developing a different circle. I don't know. But I just feel that people get stuck hanging around the same people because of the fear of what they're going to think when you move on. And I know for a fact I caused disruption when I did videos as an accountant. When I left the local area business club. I just know, because I know when you post a lot on social media, you do become aware of who's liking it, who's not. And you do notice the local people will not support.
It's a bit cliquey, isn't it, I suppose?
Very
it's a
cliquey.
bit like Mean Girls, like, but, wider society or like the business.
It is.
Kind of group of an area. I don't know, I think for some people, like, if you enjoy going to a certain event, you might keep going to that, but also be doing new things as well as. Do you know what I mean? Because if I think about like the event that I go to in Sheffield, and it's not just a networking event, it's like and you get different people that go there all the time, and it's predominantly not about business and networking. It's about like connecting, making friends, like listening to interesting speakers and stuff like that. But I could quite happily keep going to that, like, because I love it.
Yeah, and that's like a social. When the business club's different, you go in to do a pitch.
I know, I once went and never went again.
I still think I
hated it.
I went to develop myself, personal development.
I think it is a good thing to do.
100% for personal development. It's out your comfort zone. You're learning to pitch. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is now I'm learning and developing. I've realised the sales technique like that isn't working as much anymore.
No.
Even though people have said, well, I still get referrals. I'm like, are you sure? Are they the right referrals? Are you hanging out in the right places?
I think as well, like you say, if you've gone for, a couple of years or whatever,
definitely go for some time.
To loads of people, and you've essentially then established yourself in that area. People know about you, they know about your business.
Then move on to the next.
Like you say, you can absolutely move on and kind of like make your presence known in a different community. Like,
you fly the nest. You go there to develop and personal develop, and then you fly the nest. Like, I think a good few years is a good time to give, and the people there who were part of your circle back then should support wherever you go. And I just think that doesn't happen, and that's a fact. It doesn't, because people go, oh, she's too good for us now, blah blah blah. But yeah, I am wanting to achieve bigger and better, and I have to put myself in a different uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying I'll never go back. I might go back. I'm not saying that, and people might go, "Oh, look, you're back there." That's okay as well if that happens, because then you'll still get people. So to grow and develop, you're always going to get the naysayers or the people that will judge you and talk about you.
And that can be friends or people that have been friends or whatever.
100%.
That's the point of it, isn't it? But I suppose, like, how do you know who your friends are? It is the people that are there consistently, and that doesn't mean like that they're always there at all times, or people have got lives of their own and, you know, priorities of their own, goals of their own, problems of their own. But just like, you know, in the background, they're there cheering you on. They want to hear about what you're doing as well, like interested. I think that's something, isn't it? Like, are they interested in your life and what you're doing? You
very rarely get asked how my business is going. Rarely asked.
I've had interactions before, right, with people that I've seen them, all they've done is like talk about themselves. And I get really paranoid sometimes when I'm excited about something that I don't ask enough about other people, but like generally speaking,
I never notice it.
No. Like I do try. But yeah, I think it's just that like quiet consistency, isn't it? The person that you know, like they're cheerleading you, like when they see things, they're often sharing bits, or they're talking about what you're doing, or, you know, again, like, not that they have to absorb themselves in your life and your business,
it's not about
but you just know, don't you? You know, like,
you just know.
Yeah, you just know. People that might show up to your event just to support you.
No one would show up to my event just to support me. I'm trying to think now.
I would.
I know you would. You get it as a business person as well, though. It's like,
that's true.
I do. Yeah, it's really interesting. There was something that came. What about the people that on social media, your friend or they follow you, but they can't bring themselves to like one post? Now, I get your situation where you just said sometimes I read and forget.
Oh yeah.
But you will like. I know you do.
Yeah.
You even admitted that. But people can't bring themselves, because their friends will see that they've liked it and they chat about you.
Yeah.
It's true. And I could be overthinking this. I just know.
Yeah. No, there are people absolutely like that would worry about, oh, what if so-and-so sees have shared that,
or liked it,
and equally people would be like, oh, what's she doing, liking that, or whatever.
It's so true. But they'll inbox me to ask advice on stuff.
Yeah.
But they won't bring themselves to like a post.
Yeah, or comment, like, imagine even comment saying well done.
Yeah.
I think I said to you the other week, like, again, that's something I like to do, but maybe it's a mechanism that does grow in you. When you've been in business for a while,
you understand
what that means, like the value of that support and the positive feedback. I think I said that I commented on a girl I went to school with. I've not spoken to her in years and years and years. We used to be friends, then we just weren't through circumstance. And she's setting up her own business, like after where she works is closing down. I looked and thought, oh, that's so cool, that's really cute.
You see, that's what I would be like.
Yeah, and I just was like, well done, like how excited, and commented. Not because I needed anything back, and I don't think she even replied, but it's not about that, it's just about being honest.
It feels good though.
Looking at it and being like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And saying so.
Yeah. So for example,
it's true.
Even if you feel a little bit jealous, let me just give you advice on this actually.
Yeah.
And you feel a little bit like, oh, what they're doing. Just like and comment.
Yeah.
Because it does make you feel good. You have to like retrain your brain
100%.
To come out of that horrible negativity feeling. Oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Please support it, because in time that will help you develop as a person. I know it sounds really random, but it's so true.
I'm on Substack a bit more as well.
Yes.
Now. And I've been reading some really cool like publications recently. One followed me last night and I was like, this is so cool, like I love this concept. I haven't written anything yet because I haven't delved into like a full post to comment and like, but I absolutely will. But also there was like a fellow therapist that had done a really cool like piece of writing on, what was it now, because it really did resonate with me. I can't remember bringing that forward, but I made sure to comment and also like just be honest, because I was like, oh, this really resonates with me. What did I say? Like I'm the same and I have to do this and make sure that I'm not being perfection. I can't remember, but just being honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this really resonated, and why it resonated for me, just because I'm comfortable like sharing that sort of thing in certain spaces, and that's not always the case, but Yeah, just be honest. Like, if you're excited by something, if you like something, like say, even if you're jealous because you're like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I
just
like
say
it.
it.
And I have moments where I think, oh, I do that, and I'll go, like it.
Yeah.
Comment.
Because you want to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
100%.
because I still respect people that are doing better than me. In fact, they're the people I want to kind of hang around with as well.
They're the people that you look at and go, what a cool idea, like I'd like to do something like that.
Yeah.
How could I maybe do something with my own twist in my area, or like whatever, like.
Follow the people that do inspire you, even if deep down you're like feeling a bit jealous.
Last episode, didn't I? I'll say it again. Just put your ego down.
Yeah, it is. Your ego gets in the way.
Absolutely.
Listen to this. I don't know why I say that. Like it's going to be some grand. Right, listen to this, right? This is about my stepkids going on holiday, right? And they were in a karaoke bar, whatever. They were singing. The people that were rubbish at singing got more praise and cheer than the person that was good.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
So they were bigging up the person that maybe wasn't so good than the person that was like, oh, they're doing another song, but they're really good. So it's like, oh. And that is true.
You know, because again, you get all that negative, like, oh, showing off. Oh, look at them. Who do they think they are? It's so easy to tear people down, isn't it?
It's so easy. And you know, a post of mine did really well when it was like calling out some guy that was bloody commenting on my post.
Yeah. Oh.
But people like to see that you get trolled. You've had a bad day. That's why you need to share those things as well, by the way. Don't make them all. And literally, I share now everything.
Yeah.
It feels more uncomfortable to share you're in a hole than you are doing good. But when I'm in a hole, I get more the support than you do when you're like, oh, I've just gained a client or I've gained another team member.
Yeah, I guess it's because people are like, oh, I can relate to that, like the struggle or whatever you want to call it. Or, do you know, sometimes it's that, or maybe people just respond, not the karaoke situation, I think that's a clear like, oh, eye roll or whatever, but I think people like an underdog as well.
Yeah.
And I think as well, maybe that's why some people get more support in the early days, because it's like, oh, underdog, yeah, support. And then sometimes people assume like, I don't need my support anymore. Do you know what I mean?
True, they've got loads of likes, so what's my one like going to do?
Yeah, like they're not an underdog anymore. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. But maybe like, again, like people, I think, like, especially women supporting women, if you're that way inclined, which we are, if somebody's being vulnerable, like it does make me want to support a bit more, just to validate and be like, yeah, seen that, like, I get that too, and...
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? Just because you think, like, that is true, it does resonate, and that's a vulnerable post, so I'm gonna support that.
I get so excited.
Feels like it needs more than a happy one. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe like it's less. Yeah, there's less vulnerability. So I don't know.
I know, because I did that paper bag post, and some people from Newark commented, "I like this take," something like that. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you know, because I was getting called out on social media, and friendships wise as well, like, again, you can manage this because if you feel a bit uncertain about one of your friends because you'll change or whatever, have a conversation. Have that uncomfortable conversation, just checking in, definitely all right.
Yeah.
I spoke to a business owner not so long ago, and they were basically scared of one of their employees.
That's also not that uncommon, I don't think. There's always someone in a team that never gets pulled up. Oh, well, you know what they're like. And
how bad is that? I know, and I would have been in that, you know, without, I felt like I could own this conversation because I've had the uncomfortable conversations. And the right team members will accept, improve, develop, or call you back out and go, actually, it's because of this, and do you mind if you don't do this next time, or whatever. I welcome that, even though it's hard. I'm like, please don't be in a business, and I won't do it except in my personal life. If I feel uncomfortable in an environment, you're never going to thrive.
Absolutely.
So why would you accept it in your own business? Oh, what if they leave? But then, because your business is built so well that anyone could just replace. Now that sounds really terrible.
Yeah, it's like you don't necessarily want certain people to leave.
You don't want anyone to leave.
Like, actually, I'm not going to be scared of that because that's a bigger problem. Like, just you got to trust that, okay, like people are going to grow and develop. You could have been like part of that. and then you'll get someone else in that will be like equally as enthusiastic or more enthusiastic.
Exactly.
And just fit in better, want to stay, want to help or whatever, you know.
Yeah, so true. I also think if people want us to talk more about the subject, well, we will talk more about it because it is an interesting subject of how you feel in your own environment and business.
100%.
It's not just friendships, you know, you're working with people.
Yeah.
How do you grow and develop them and making
even
sure...
in relationships as well, like,
Yeah.
you know, I think we spoke a little bit about that before, but that's a big thing.
Imagine your partner not, like, you want to set your own business up and they're constantly going, oh...
I know, yeah.
And
absolutely.
I know that happens.
It does happen.
Or they feel threatened by it. Or
yeah. Oh, you'll
don't
do
want you
that,
to earn more.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big one for women who are going to start earning more than the men.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Confidence, baby.
Yeah.
Why is that song just coming in my head? But yeah, what can you think of anything like around old partners, ex-boyfriends?
Not really. I can speak to like current experience in that like me and George are really supportive of one another in business.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably like similar to you and Steve.
Yeah, 'cause he's coming to our workshop live, isn't he? To do the brunch.
Do our brunch.
That's exciting.
It was like, can I stay for the event? I was like, no, I think it's going to be predominantly women. He was like,
please let him.
well, why not? And
What do you do? What do you do?
You can't. Well, he's also catering a wedding that night, I think.
Oh,
so
he
I think
talks some
time-wise,
as if he's gonna.
He's that sort of person that overestimates the amount of time he's got to do things and then starts panicking. So that's what we'll be doing. Like, no, I've got time to stay a couple of hours. You haven't. No, you haven't. Like,
that is
if you want to
so
stay,
funny.
of course you can. But you haven't got time.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
I love that supportive.
And obviously, like, really looking back last year when George went into business, we took a lot of risks financially and structurally with a 5-month-old baby for him to set up and quit his job. But like, I think I believed in it more than he did.
You did, you 100% did.
Because he was obviously a bit of imposter syndrome, like, you know, like, hope it works out, but
how do you know? I
believed in it because of like the quality of the product he sells. So,
and I think you're similar to me in the fact that if I meet somebody and know how good they are, not necessarily they're in themselves, I'll know who to encourage.
100%.
If you thought he wasn't so good or he wouldn't be capable, you would have said, no, just stay where you are.
Exactly, yeah.
But a lot of people, like your partner, might be saying, they're not saying stay where you are because they don't believe in you.
Yeah.
They just don't have that insight and they are probably risk averse, whereas you're probably open.
Thing. Yeah, sometimes you get people that are like very risk averse or like
cautious.
Value security and certainty more, like, just scared of what if things go wrong. And it's not that they're not encouraging necessarily, it's that they're coming from their own place of like, well, don't you need like a stable job? Like, what if it doesn't work? Like, will you lose your house? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely do.
Whereas I think when you can think outside of the box, for me and George, we're like, well, if it all goes wrong, you can just get another job, do agency work. Like, I'm the same. Like, I've got a nursing background, so I'm like, wow, I'll never not be able to pay my bills. I might actually do work that I don't really enjoy, but I'll be able to survive until I find something better. So it's again, perhaps like willing to take the risk and then be in a position that's not very favourable, knowing that you can turn it around still, isn't it? Like,
you can always, there's always a plan B or something you can get out of. Your mind will tell you everything that you can't do.
Yeah.
And it will try and say that you made the wrong decision at first.
Yeah.
But you have to like work on that. It's so interesting when I think about it. Everything that I worried about has always turned out better. So you said, no, who wasn't it? It wasn't you that said it to me. I was saying about our event, and we've had a keen interest, which is really good, but they said, well, did something happen before, or maybe it was you, something happened before that an event didn't work out for you to feel like that? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because your body and brain will tell you that you're not got the energy for stuff.
Yeah.
And I said that to you as well.
And also we're pre-programmed like for threat. You know,
we're born
primarily you know, we're always scanning for danger, the next kind of threat for survival. So, you know, the developed version of that can generate a lot of anxiety and like hypothetical sort of situations or fears about things that when it comes to like survival and safety, like physical safety actually don't matter.
Yeah.
But like perceptually and socially, they feel like very, very important.
It's so true. Another thing as you talk about that, I sometimes feel, and I bet others do feel the same, like, you know, when you are striving for more and doing other things and going out the norm and running a business and blah, 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 that you're not going to, you don't have true friends anymore. Like, I sometimes have moments where I'm like, no one's going to want to be my friend because I'm such on a mission. I know I've got you, I know I've got other friends, I know I have.
Yeah.
But the old friendships then that are not kind of there as much.
Yeah.
They don't understand, but they're probably thinking, she's too this and too that.
Maybe. Or sometimes I think we end up being the problem when we make that assumption, so we're less likely to reach out to that person.
Yeah, probably.
And then they're not reaching out because they're making their own assumptions, like, like she won't want to hang around with me anymore, she's so busy, like she won't have time for me. Just ask.
Yeah.
Same for you, like maybe just reach out. Like, so sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's not. Sometimes they're like, oh, like, you know, she's changed and she don't want to do the things we used to do, or like that's the thing as well. And and that's absolutely okay. But yeah, I think sometimes we can make assumptions, and then like if no one's willing to be like, hey, do you still wanna, then it is gonna fall flat if you both sat there thinking the other one didn't like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so true. I was just sharing that because I wonder if many do feel like.
I bet they do. Yeah, absolutely.
That you can feel like being well known on LinkedIn or social media or whatever, and I post stuff on Facebook and it's left me uncomfortable where your local people might be thinking, bloody hell, you just think she is. Yeah. Coming out with that. Who cares?
I find nowadays as well, you can see businesses that you know are successful and they might have like 1 or 2 likes on a Facebook post.
Ooh,
you go onto another platform and like there's more of a presence, but like with LinkedIn versus like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You might just have more of a reach on a certain platform. And I think for some people as well, like, might not have any reach really on a platform, but like the business is always busy, like maybe it's more of like a word of mouth thing, or do you know what I mean?
Well, they'll still need to go on social media at some point because the businesses that are in the same field will in the future take over. It's genuinely, I can't see that it's just referrals are going to make you, I could be wrong, but social media is just getting bigger and I just believe more are going to use it, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I assume that every business are on there, but they're not.
No.
Just like, you're not?
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is another episode done. Oh, have a good stretch.
I know.
Oh, I think you've exhausted us this conversation on friendships. But we will see you next week.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
You.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.
Bye.